How do you find clients as a 3D artist? I didn't know what video to make today, so I just opened up Instagram. I picked up the first question that somebody asked me, and I figured I'll make a video talking about that. I know a lot of you guys struggle with this problem, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to fix this problem, all right? Let me explain something to you first. If I'm a nutritionist, or if let's say you're a nutritionist, a nutrition consultant, and you come to me and say, Aryan, I'm a nutrition consultant, hire me. I'm going to look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going to hire no nutritionist. I'm okay. I don't need no nutritionist. What do you mean? I'm just going to ignore that offer. However, if this nutritionist comes up to me and tells me, Aryan, I know that when you eat, a lot of times after your meal, your gut is very bloated. You feel very uncomfortable. Or Aryan, I know that I can help you fix your sleep quality. I know what the problem is. Or Aryan, I can help you. I know you got an itchy ass. I can help you solve that problem. Well, now you got my attention because now you're offering to solve a problem for me. And now I understand it. If you just tell me nutritionist, what the fuck is a nutritionist? I don't need a nutritionist. I got plenty of food in the fridge already. So you got to think about anything that you're doing in life. You got to think about what is the service that you're offering. So if you're a 3D artist right now, you can do this hard surface modeling, organic modeling, product visualization, whatever. You have to formulate a service out of that. So let's think about that for a second. What are some services that you can offer if you can do 3D modeling? Product visualization. Go ask ChatGPT. Architectural visualization, game design, environment design, character design, fucking who knows, there's so many different things. All right, you can make cartoons, you can do motion graphics. You can do so many things if you got some 3D skills. It's really unbelievable, okay? So you got to pick which one of those things do you want to do and which one of those you want to offer as a service. And when you decided what do you want to offer as a service, you gotta make a profile, you gotta make a portfolio which shows your ability to provide those services really, really well. This is the whole point of a portfolio. It's like a CV, all right? Now, I know that you guys, for some reason, have the impression that you gotta be in the game 8 years before you get to level. This is really not, listen, most product visualization, it's just a cylinder with a texture made in Canva and fucking lights set up correctly and this takes. If you've been learning Blender for, I don't know, whatever, you understand the basics, you can follow any tutorial on YouTube. You're going to put this together in one afternoon, okay? It's really not that difficult to make some cool animations. And then if you think about it that way, you look at any of these advertisements you see on the internet, you're going to see that most of the time when these companies, I don't know, Kit Kat is advertising the new fucking candy bar, this is something that you can make in one afternoon, maybe 2 afternoons or 3 afternoons if it's something more complicated, but it's really not that difficult, okay? It's really not that hard. And you can make an awesome portfolio with these kind of works in just a couple of weeks, tops, all right? And once you have a portfolio, which now shows what you're capable of doing, you got to make sure you got your bio, your description on point so it's clear what exactly is your service. You got to have a nice picture so you look like a professional. You want to put a link in there too. Maybe you got a little website outside. I don't know how to make a website. Hire somebody. I don't have any money. You're watching me on a piece of technology right now that you paid for. And I know you probably got a nice GPU in there too. You paid for that. And guess what? I know you got a couple of video games on there. Don't tell me you don't got money. Okay? So instead of spending your money on some dumb shit, invest in starting your little business. That's how it goes. You want to make some money, you want to get clients, you got to start a little business. So invest in getting it started up. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. You just got to make sure that you set things up correctly so you look like you know how to get the job done. So you got your little portfolio set up now with some cool works, 10, 15 works. It doesn't take forever to do this, okay? And now you want to make sure that some people see it. If you got a CV or if you got a diploma, you can have the diploma of diplomas. God himself can give you a diploma for being the man, all right? But if that diploma is just sitting on a fucking wardrobe collecting dust, it doesn't fall under anybody's nose, you're never going to get hired. No one's going to come knocking on your door just because you got to get a diploma. You got a diploma because now you qualify for the job, which means now you got to go telling people, hey, I qualify for the job. give me a fucking job. That's what a diploma is for. You got to go around figuring out ways to get that diploma onto the desk of a CEO or a manager or a company owner or whatever the case may be, right? That's all a diploma is. Now you got to get out there and really grind and try to find a job. It's the same with your portfolio. So you got a cool portfolio. Okay, it's a great portfolio. Cool. You followed all the instructions that you can follow. Nice bio, really cool design, really cool style, really cool skills. It looks like the real thing. And if you're not sure if it looks good, this is why you need some feedback from people who've been in the game, who have some experience. This is why we built the Digitally Enhanced Club, okay? Who can help you out. You have a whole community of people to make sure that you're doing these things correctly. And then you want to bring the people onto this profile. There are a few ways to do it. And one of the ways, and one of the most important things you have to do first is get some attention to yourself on the internet using social media. This is one of the most important things. Have you ever seen a business that isn't on social media? Think of any company you can name. Ryanair, fucking Orient, MSI, Philips, Logitech, fucking, just look around you right now. What's that? Electro Harmonics, fucking Boss. Look around you, any company that you can name. Steel Series, any company that they're on social media, because that's the most important thing for marketing your skills. So you got a little profile, you got a little portfolio on Instagram, on TikTok, on a couple other websites. You want to use some of those freelance websites as well. And now you got to use social media you got to use the algorithms to grow your presence on that social media platform, which is you do how? You do that through creating some content. So you can make some very simple videos, some very simple posts, use the right hashtags, learn about how to use social media so you can market yourself, so you can market your services, so you can get some attention. And before you know it, you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000 people following you. If you think that's so hard, if you think that's rocket science, well, I'm going to show you a few examples. I'm going to put them on the screen here. People from the Digitally Enhanced Club who, just because they did exactly what I'm talking to you about right now in the last social media challenge. Now we're doing another one. We're starting it tomorrow, in case anybody wants to tune in for that. But we're going to do some more soon. If you use these strategies for just simple social media growth, and guys, you don't have to go to school for this shit. You just have to make simple videos. Anybody can do this. Anybody who spends all their time on the computer like you are, I know if you're a Blender artist, I know you guys spend most of your fucking days on the computer. We all do. You should have the skills to produce little content to market yourself, to bring attention to your profile. And now, when you got a cool profile, you get 10,000 followers or something like that, now you look very credible. Now you look like you know what you're doing. So now anybody who sees your profile, they're going to be a lot more interested in what you're doing. So let's say, okay, now you decided you want to be a product visualization artist. You want to make some cool animations. Who can be your clients? Let's say hypothetically your client can be an agency that does advertising. So let's say if Arjen has an agency, an advertising agency, my job is to find business owners and offer them, hey, I'm going to advertise your product for you. This guy is selling fucking soap. He doesn't know nothing about advertising or digital marketing. He's an old man making lavender soap, all right? I'm going to advertise it for you. You're going to make some money. So now, part of that job that I have to do for him in exchange for money is 3D animation, among other things. There's going to be somebody doing the sound effects. There's going to be somebody running the ads. There's going to be somebody talking to the client. There's going to be somebody else who's managing the social media. There's a whole bunch of jobs to do in this agency where I'm offering this man my services. So now maybe Thomas Collin, for example, is a professional 3D artist, state of the art. He'll make the best fucking product animations that you can possibly think of. Okay, I gotta go call him. Thomas, you do this part of the job for me. All right. And I know it's Thomas because he is a credible individual with 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's got a great portfolio. He's got a great everything. So I know that he's a legitimate person who can do the job really well. And this is how business owners are going to look at you. If you have a few thousand followers on Instagram, this is really not that hard to get. You can go to the DEC right now and ask anybody in there who has followers. Ask them how it happened. Ask them how hard it really was. It's a fucking joke. Everybody should be doing this. There's no reason why you shouldn't be trying to get some followers. So now people will take you seriously because you got 5K on Instagram. And now if you just know how to get out there into the world, how to socialize with people and meet people of all sorts, which is another skill that you guys have to develop, which I kind of assume that people have these skills because I assume that most people are adults who leave the house and socialize with people and meet a lot of new people all the time, but I guess that's not really the case. And I know that this is why I always tell you guys, don't play fucking video. You don't have time for video games. There's no time for this shit, because when you play video games, you don't have any social skills. So when you get out there into the real world, you're slouched over, you're looking at your feet, you're all shy and you're weird because you just don't talk to people too much. I know, because I was one of those people as well when I was a kid, okay? So you got to get out there and you got to figure out some social skills so you can figure out how can you meet business owners. Today, because I just decided, listen, I don't have time for this video game shit. That's not going to land me a job. That's not going to pay the bills. I got to get out there and I got to find a way to meet some valuable people so I can get jobs, so I can survive in this economy. So that's what I did, all right? And you got to make an effort to socialize. This now I know people all over the continent that I live on, a whole bunch of business owners of all sorts, people who are really, really the kind of people who you want to be connected with. And if I need a job, I know exactly who to call, okay? I have a whole bunch of people to call. Any country that I'm in, I just had to make a couple of phone calls. I'm not going to tell you it's any country that I'm in, but in several different countries in Europe, I can just pick up the fucking phone or Instagram or my WhatsApp and I can just talk to my friend, hey, do you know somebody? Hey, I need a job. He'll get me a job, no problem. You got to know people. And this is why you got to work on your social skills. You got to just bring people to your portfolio in whatever way, both on social media and in real life. And then before you know it, an opportunity is going to present itself to you. This entire process that I just described to you, we teach all of that inside the Digitally Enhanced Club. That's the whole point of the Digitally Enhanced Club, to walk you through the entire process of first learning Blender, making sure that you got the skills you need to be a professional, and then walking you through the entire process of turning yourself into a professional. Like I said, we're going to do a challenge tomorrow. We're going to do the social media challenge. So we're going to get a whole bunch of people who are right now who are doing 10K followers, they're going to go to 100,000. Those who are doing 0 followers, they're going to go up to 1,500. And within next week, it's going to be 3,000. That's how it goes. So if you want to get yourself into this position where you're living life in the way that I'm describing it to you, where you're a member of the industry, where you're involved in the industry in the manner that I was just talking about in this video, that's what the Digitally Enhanced Club is all about, okay? If you have any questions for me, you can send them to me on Instagram. I usually check my DMs. I appreciate the smart questions, which are not just how long have you been using Blender. I want to hear the questions about, ask me something that I talked about here in this video, and I'll be happy to make some more videos about that. So I'll see you in the next one.